Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tera Bharatari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Radha, Gauranidhai, 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 Daya Gauranidhai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Nita go Haribo, 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 go Haribo. Jai Shri Radha Vallabha ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Gauranidhai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narotamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtapreshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama-sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtike. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 19, King Yayati achieved liberation. This is text 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha Saha Ittam Acharan Kaman Istrenaha Apanavam Atmanaha Buddva Priyayai Nirvinaha Ghatam Etam Agayatta Shishuka Uvacha Sa itam acharan kaman Saitam acharan kaman Strainopanavam atmanaha Strainopanavam atmanaha Buddva priyayai nirvino Buddva priyaya nirvino Ghatam etam agayata Ghatam etam agayata Shri Shuka uvacha Saitam acharan kaman Strainopanavam atmanaha Buddva priyaya nirvino Gatametam magayata. Manaha Nirvana Vacha Saitamacharan Kaman Streno Janavatmanaha Buddva priyaya nirvino Atametamagayata. Sri Sukha Uvacha Saitamacharan Kaman Shaino Pavanamatmanaha Buddva priyaya nirvino Gatametam Mataji Shishuka Uvacha Tamacharan Kamam Namatmanaha Buddva priyaya nirvino Gatametam agayata. Shri Sukha Uvacha Saitamacharan Kaman Srenopaya Ramatmanaha Budva priyayar nirveno gasametam agayata. Sri Shuka Uvacha. Sri Sukadev Goswami said, Saha Maharaj Yayati Itam, in this way, Acharan, behaving, Kaman, in regard to lusty desires, Strainaha, very much attached to woman, Apanavam, counteraction, Atmanaha, of his own welfare, Bodhva, understanding with intelligence, Priyaye, unto his beloved wife, Devayani, Nirinaha, disgusted, Gatam, story, Etam, this as follows, Agayata, narrated. Translation, please repeat. Sukadeva Goswami said, O Maharaj Parikshit, Yayati was very much attached to woman. In due course of time, however, when disgusted with sexual enjoyment and its bad effects, he renounced this way of life and narrated the following story to his beloved wife. So we go to text 2. Srino bhargave amam gatam mat vidhacharitam bhuvi dhira yashanu sochanti vanegrama nivasinaha. Please repeat. My dear beloved wife, daughter of ISKCON, in this world, there was someone exactly like me. Please listen as I narrate the history of his life. By hearing about the life of such a householder, those who have retired from householder life always lament. Purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki. Person who live in a village or town are called Grama Nivasi, and those who live in the forest are called Vanavasi or Vanaprastha. The Vanaprastha who have retired from family life generally lament about their past family life because it engaged them in trying to fulfill lusty desires. Prahlad Maharaj said that one should retire from family life as soon as possible, and he described family life as the darkest well. Hivatma patam griham andakupam. If one continuously or permanently concentrate on living with his family, it should be understood to be killing himself. In the Vedic civilization, therefore, it is recommended that one retire from family life at the end of his 50th year and go to Vana, the forest. When he becomes expert or accustomed to forest life or retired life as a Vanaprastha, he should accept sannyas. Vanam gato yad dharim asrayeta. Sannyasa means accepting unalloyed engagement in the service of the Lord. Vedic civilization, therefore, recommend 4 different stages of life: brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. One should be very much ashamed of remaining a householder and not promoting oneself to the 2 higher stages, namely vanaprastha and sannyasa. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurun Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So you're most welcome to our Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class this morning. King Yati achieved liberation. So here Yati is telling to his wife, beloved wife, story corresponding to his own, right? By using the story of the he-goat and the she-goat. And at the end, it's also mentioning that Nirvinaha became disgusted, in this Grihamedi life. And then he renounced, and then he also mentioned here that he took sannyas. So when someone retired from household life, always lament. Prabhupada is saying when one becomes vanaprasth, he laments about his grihastha life or maybe grihamedi life. So there is a saying in Hindi, one who eats the laddu, lament. One who doesn't eat the laddu also lament. One who is not married thinking, when I'm going to get married, is lamenting. Yeah, lamenting so much. And then, one time there was a wedding ceremony. So in that wedding ceremony, one other man brought his daughter to that wedding. So that daughter, little girl, is seeing that today's wedding ceremony, bride and bridegroom, right? So Dulha and Dulhin. So she saw that Dulha is with his mustache and, what do you call that? Topi? Pagri. Ek din ka raja, I say, no? One day he's a king, and then the girl is asking, Pitaji, Papa, why is today Dulha is smiling, but Dulhin is crying? Tears are flowing from her eyes, because she has to now leave, go to the in-law. So why is Dulha smiling and Dulhin is crying? And the father said, Beti, you don't know, today is his last day. Today is his last day, smiling. And tomorrow, as from tomorrow, he will have to work, to maintain the family very hard. So, that's what he's saying here. One become, after giving up Grihastha life, one laments about what he has gone through, right? And it's explained that Sukadeva Goswami asked a question. Maharaj Parikshit asking a question. Because he's also be going to the forest and perform also prayaschita. Because be doing devotional service, which is he real praschita is awakening of our Krishna consciousness. So Sukadeva Goswami asked this question to Maharaj Parikshit. Well, how come that Ajamil did not perform any praschita, but he had achieved liberation? He did not do any praschita. It is said that every single person has to perform praschit before dying. Praschit? Atonement. Everyone has to perform praschita before dying. And not when one is very old, when you can still walk. He has to perform praschita. But Sukadeva Goswami said, yes, everyone has to do praschita before dying. But Ajamil did not do any praschita. And what is this praschita? This praschita is mentioned in Manu Samhita. Written by Manu Maharaj. So it's written there in Manu Samhita, how to perform the praschita. For example, somebody has committed big sinful activity, he has to do bigger praschita. Smaller sinful, smaller praschita. It's mentioned also what is this praschita. They do, for example, if somebody has killed a Brahmana, so his praschita, he has to serve the Brahmana. Different ways of performing praschita, and that's mentioned in Manu Samhita. But the question was, why Ajamil, he did not perform any praschita, but he was liberated? How come? So the answer, but then Sukadeva Goswami does not agree with that. He is not in favor of this kind of atonement. He said, I don't agree with that. Can you imagine? Thousands and thousands of people are hearing there, sitting there, listening, and Sukadeva Goswami is rejecting. Sorry, Maharaj Parikshit is rejecting that. No, I don't agree with that. Why? Because praschita, it looks like the bathing of the elephant. The bathing of the elephant goes to the river, bathe itself, and come to the ground and roll on the ground, make itself dirty again. That is why Maharaj Parikshit doesn't agree with that. He said, I don't agree with that. This is like the bathing of the elephant. People go to church, Prabhupada giving the example in Nectar, in Nectar Instruction. He said, people go to church, and then they're begging for forgiveness, to do atonement, and next day, again they engage in sun gratification. So it's like the bathing of the elephant. I don't agree. But then Sukadeva Goswami said, yes, you're right. I was trying to test you. So Prabhupada mentioned of course we have to do atonement. That's there, but the real atonement, what is real atonement? Is awakening of our Krishna consciousness. That is real atonement, awakening of our Krishna consciousness. So once we atone for the sin, but do not commit it again. Right? Don't commit again. One can beg for forgiveness, atone for his sinful activity, but real atonement means the awakening of our Krishna consciousness. So this is why Ajamil, he's awakened his Krishna consciousness by chanting Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And that was enough to burn all his past sinful reaction, calling Narayan, And only the chanting of the holy name can do that. Bhakti. There's no other process. Right? Even jnana, karma, jnana cannot do that. Only chanting of the holy name. Other process they can cut grass on top, but the root still remain. So this is why Sukadeva Maharaj Parishit doesn't agree with that types of atonement. So here, afterwards, Yayati, he was disgusted. I said already last time that this material world that behooves the pain and the suffering of this world, the perplexity of this world, the suffering of this world behooves someone to approach God, to approach a spiritual master. And now he's living, he's disgusted, he's going to the forest, he's going to take sannyas. Right? And Prabhupada is mentioning that that it's a shame that if one doesn't move forward to the second and the third and fourth ashram. What is it? Vanaprastha, sannyas. One has to move forward to this ashram, the Vanaprastha and the sannyas ashram. Prabhupada is saying that. Of course, there is the four systems, this brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. Right? The grihastha, the brahmachari, they control the senses and they sacrifice the process of hearing. They have to hear. And Narad Muni has also been mentioning how the brahmachari, brahmachari means one who is acting on the platform of Brahmanical platform, brahmacharya. Not spiritually platform, means Brahmanical platform, brahmacharya. Acharya means conduct, behavior. So one who acts on the Brahmanical platform, a brahmachari. And brahmachari should be very strict, always hearing, remain. Long ago they were staying in the ashram of the Guru, right? In the Vedic time. The Brahmanas will be staying in a Guru, they will be studying in the ashram, the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas. The Sudras would not be going to Gurukul. The Sudras, they would be trained, by their parents at home. They would not go to the Gurukul. So the Sudras would be staying at home and get trained by parents. And some of the brahmacharis, they would go to Gurukul and then remain. Some would remain Naishtiki brahmachari, lifelong brahmachari, not get married. And they stay in the ashram itself. That's what in the Vedic time. They won't come back, they would stay there, they will remain. They'll take to sannyas, some of the brahmacharis. And some brahmacharis will come back and get into grihastha life, right? But many would also be remaining Nastika brahmachari, lifelong brahmachari. And there are rules also for some brahmacharis. Like for example, before having prasadam, before eating, he has to have the permission of Gurudev. He has to get the permission of Guru before eating. But nowadays in ISKCON, Guru is traveling. So one will get the permission to eat. How is that? How does this work? How does it work? Because that's a Narad Muni telling in 7th canto. Before eating, the brahmachari has to ask for permission, then he can eat. Now how does it work in our ISKCON movement? It works because Gurudev has already fixed the time. Right? What is the time of breakfast? 9. Right? And lunch? 1. Yeah, so Gurudev has already fixed it. So you don't need to call Gurudev. Gurudev, can I eat? So it's already fixed, already been fixed. That's the rules. But for Grihastha, One time Prabhupada was walking, and a devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what is meant to be married? What is the meaning of marriage life? And Prabhupada said, marriage life means after cooking your food, then after cooking, then you go on the street, the cross, the street. And then you call, is there anybody hungry? Please come home. Lovely, you have to say that. You have to call the people. So anybody hungry? Please come. Take prasadam. Any grihastha doing that today? But that's the rule for the grihastha. Right. But then that devotee was thinking, maybe Prabhupada did not understand my question. So again he asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what is meant to be married? What is marriage life? Prabhupada said, marriage life means after cooking your food, you go out on the street and you call out, anybody hungry, please come home. Same answer. But he was thinking Prabhupada did not understand the question. Now how the Grihastha is following this niyam, this rule? Any Grihastha doing that? If you do that, there will be thousands, hundreds of people coming to your home. Yes, they are doing it. How this? By conducting satsang at home, kirtan, and invite devotees, not every day, from time to time, invite devotees and feed devotees prasadam. That's the way they are actually feeding people. This is the way they are actually observing that rules. There are many rules. Brahmacharis should not be should be very strict with their sadhana. Should be always sacrificing the process of hearing Shastra, hearing Bhagavad Gita, hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, hearing from the spiritual master, hearing from the Guru. That's a Brahmacharya. And it is, Narad Muni also explained that if the Guru Patni is young, the Brahmachari should not allow the Guru Patni to render service to him. Right? So, and also when talking to ladies, opposite sex is required, then he can do. Otherwise, there's no need. Right? So this is the rules of, and considering, of course, Mataji is different ways how to think, to consider. Like Mataji, they are spirit soul. What else? The Vaishnavi, mothers, and somebody also may be thinking of them for sankatification, right? Sankatification, mother, they are Vaishnavis or mothers. But in ISKCON, which one do we use? Mothers. And this is coming from Chanakya Pandit, right? Considering them as mothers. So this brahmachari life is very precious. And something which is actually out of this world, because it's not easy to remain brahmachari in Kali Yuga, because the ages have changed. That was practicing in Satya Yuga, and nowadays everything has been changed, right? But to practice brahmachari life is practically impossible. But yet, it is possible by the guidance of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thing has changed, it's not the same. It was practiced in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, but this is Kali Yuga. Out of question. But still, Prabhupada made it. Bhaktivedanta started the ashram, right? Made it possible. The orange dress also, he started that. So it is possible by the guidance of Prabhupada, Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to practice Brahmacharya life. Right? In fact, one time, there was a lady in the US. She was going out to do some survey, and then survey of the standard of living from the statistic office. She was going around to find people and ask some questions, about their living, to be able to do the statistic. One day, she actually saw one brahmachari, and the brahmachari was ecstatic, blissful, as always after coming from Harinam, And that lady thought, let me ask this man. She didn't know that was a brahmachari. She didn't know anything about brahmachari. Let me ask some question to that boy. And with a pen and paper, she was writing, and she asked that brahmachari, "Do you have any job?" And brahmachari said, No job. We do seva." And the lady is writing on the side, nil. Nil means no. "Do you have a house?" And brahmachari said, "No house, we live in temple." Again? No. "Do you have a bank account?" He said, "No bank account. All money collected goes to Prabhupada." Nil. "Do you have a car?" "We have a car, but we use for Krishna's service." Again, nil. And that lady became, she was disappointed. She said, she just threw the paper. "You don't have anything. But how is it that you are so happy?" It's a true story. It was told by Bhakti-Sura Swami Maharaj. How come that you are so happy? You don't have anything, but you are happy. And the brahmachari said, "Yes, we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." Because people think that to become happy, you must have so many things, right? And the brahmachari don't have anything, but still they are happy, right? So this is why brahmachari life is something which is precious. It should be preserved, right? It should be preserved and nourished nicely. Brahmacharya life should be preserved and nourished nicely and protected also. Grihasthas are supposed to be protecting the brahmacharis. Grihasthas should be protecting the brahmacharis and the sannyasis also, right? So that they can engage in the service. There are many, even in Mahaprabhu's time, there would be many who would become sannyasi, but many also will remain brahmachari, right? So, if you see in the case of Swarup Damodar, he was Mahaprabhu's secretary. He also accepted sannyas, but he was keeping the vase of a brahmachari, right? So many would not take sannyas because they don't want their service to be disturbed. Means, like Swarup Damodar, he was Mahaprabhu's secretary. So when one becomes sannyasi, there will be lots of protocol, respect, people coming to you and respect, and so much of protocol like that. So he doesn't want that because he didn't want his service to be disturbed. He just wanted to serve Mahaprabhu without getting all this respect that the sannyasi get, right? So although he took sannyas, but he was keeping the vase of a brahmachari so that he can engage, in service, because service is more important, right? But yet there will be many who also took sannyas. Even Mahaprabhu also took sannyas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, right? So He took sannyas because, why Mahaprabhu took sannyas? Because after coming from Gaya, and he became so ecstatic, and he was transformed into Vaishnava. Previously, he was more like a jnana, kind of scholar. But now he's becoming Vaishnava by seeing the priest glorifying the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu in Gaya, and his heart transformed, and then he accepted Ishwar Puri as his spiritual master. And then he became so ecstatic when he came back home, and he was giving his grammar. He was grammar teacher. And he was showing how every single word, Sanskrit word, is deriving Krishna from it. Showing how Krishna exists in every single Sanskrit word. And he became mad. And he was calling out, Gopi, Gopi. And then the people, they were thinking, the student, they were criticizing him. Why are you calling Gopi? Call Krishna. And you have become mad because you're showing in every single Sanskrit word Krishna exists. This is madness. And then Mahaprabhu was thinking, no, I have to take sannyas. Then they will respect, because they are encouraging me to commit offenses. But let me, take sannyas, and then they will be respecting. And Mahaprabhu also took sannyas, not for name and fame, but for preaching purpose. Because people will be respecting, then he can preach nicely. Right? So, this is, in fact, sannyas means also, sannyas life is also very strict. One time Mahaprabhu, he rejected, who was that? Chota Haridas. Chota Haridas, he went, Mahaprabhu was invited for prasadam, he was eating the prasadam. And then you could feel when he was eating that there's something wrong here in the grain of the rice, because he's Supreme Lord. And he asked the cook who has collected, where did you get this rice? And he said the rice was collected by Chota Haridas. He was also sannyasi. So Mahaprabhu became very upset. He said, you're a sannyasi. You're not supposed to be engaged in sense gratification. I reject you. Get out. Because he went to collect that rice from, who was that? Sikhi Mahiti, right? Sister. She was old. She was very old. But Mahaprabhu, other people sometimes they criticize Krishna as being, having many, many wives. But the same Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and very, very strict sannyasi. Number one, strict sannyasi all over the world. Right? He would be remaining from a distance from ladies. He would not allow ladies to come to him. Very strict. And rejecting, and this Chota Haridas did not do anything, wrong. He just went to collect the rice from that lady. But Mahaprabhu rejected him. And when Gurudev rejected, then you're finished. Right? That's the last point. Gurudev rejecting, and he left. And the punishment for sannyas who fell down is suicide. So he had to commit suicide. When Mahaprabhu heard about it, he was happy. He was, yes, that's the punishment, that one who fall down from sannyas. If a sannyasi fall down, it's like eating his own vomit. Right? That's what Shastra is saying. But Mahaprabhu was extremely strict in his sannyas life. So he's showing how one should behave as a sannyasi. And of course, Grihastha also, brahmachari is a basis. If one remain a good brahmachari, then only can become a very good grihastha. Because brahmachari life means training. If one is a brahmachari, of course, in this age, we like, I myself, I joined when I was 20, so there was no chance to practice brahmachari life earlier, but When we join the movement for for some years, we're practicing in the ashram. So when one is a good brahmachari, then he can become a good grihastha. So not only brahmachari is glorious, grihastha also glorious, because it's not grihamedi. Most of the Mahajan, if you see Mahajan, 12 Mahajan, 8 of them are grihasthas. And grihasthas, they are all the ashram, they come from a grihastha. Brahmachari come from grihastha. Vanaprastha come from the grihastha. Sannyasi also, he was born from the grihastha. So it is also glorious if one knows to maintain a grihastha life properly. Otherwise, what is Prahlad Maharaj is saying in the purport here, Hivatma patam griham andha kupam. Andha kupam means the dark well. Once fall into the dark well, cannot get out. Die, no water, dry one. And andha kupam. And here, although Prahlad Maharaj is a grihastha himself, of course he took and that he said when he was smaller, but he also became grihastha. When he became the king, he became grihastha. He was married. Although he himself was married. But what he's saying, this is grihamedi life, right? Grihamedi, not grihastha. Grihastha means star. Star means he's fixed in the ashram, taking shelter of the Lord. That is grihastha. Otherwise become grihamedi. Those who married but only for son gratification. This is called grihamedi. Grihastha, that's why we call grihastha ashram. Ashram means taking shelter of the Lord. Ashray, coming from the word ashray. Ashram, grihastha ashram, taking shelter of the Lord. Putting shelter, putting Krishna in the center, and they live. Yat karusya dasnasya juhori dasya tat tapasya sekonte tat kurusva madarpanam. Then life becomes so beautiful, perfect. So practicing of Krishna consciousness, even though one is a grihastha. And sannyas also is glorious because sannyasi, they are the head of society. Right? They are the head of society. And sannyasi, what are the qualities of sannyasi? Distribution of knowledge and abhayam. They are fearless, and then distribution of knowledge. They go all over. Yajan, yajan, patan, patan. Right? Yes. They read Shastra, they teach Shastra, they also perform yoga and also teaching yoga. And Prabhupada took sannyas at the age of 70, right? He took sannyas and he went all over the world to preach Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada had many, many children. Right? Many, many children without the botheration of family life. Right? Without the botheration of family life. So many children. And Prabhupada's very merciful. He went all over the world and preached Krishna consciousness to deliver the world. Right? Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paschacharya Satarine. To deliver the world. So in all the ashram, controlling of the senses is very important. Why? This question was also asked by Maharaj Parikshit to Sukadeva Goswami. Why Rishabdev did not use his mystic power? Devotees also have mystic power. Prabhupada also have mystic power. Somebody asked Prabhupada, can you do magic? Can you do magic? Prabhupada said, yeah. Prabhupada said, no. Then he said, yes, I can. What's the magic of Prabhupada? Look at these American young boys and girls. They're wearing tilak, kantimala, dhoti, kurta. That's my magic. And they're vegetarian. They have transformed the youngsters, Prabhupada as Prabhupada. So the question was asked why Rishabhdev did not use his mystic power. And the answer is, we cannot trust the senses. We cannot trust the senses. Because at time, the mystic power can bewilder someone. The same person can become bewildered. In the case of Brahmaji, he was trying to bewilder Krishna. In so doing, he was himself bewildered. Right? He was himself bewildered. That's what it does, mystic power. Some people, some fake representation of God, maybe they are doing some magic, getting some ashes, some gold somewhere, And people, his followers were, hey, maybe you're God. Everyone would tell him, oh, maybe you're God. And then he would think, oh yeah, maybe I forgot about it. So that mystic power bewildered himself. Brahmaji happened to Brahma. Brahmaji tried to bewilder Krishna, he was bewildered himself. After seeing Krishna's expansion, all the Vishnu Murtis. So the answer is, Sukadeva Goswami said, we cannot trust the mind, the senses. If a hunter catch an animal, wild animal, alive, and bring it home. So if the hunter is not watchful, what can happen? Two things will happen. What will happen? It can run away. The animal can run away, right? And second thing, what can happen? The animal can kill the hunter. Two things. So this is what happened. That's why Sukadeva Goswami is saying we cannot trust the senses. They'll run away. If you're not watchful, they will run away for sense enjoyment. Right? It's pulling you. Somebody, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, they are the highway robbers. Highway robbers. Stealing one's property. We've never heard of that. A thief will steal others' property. Right? But these thieves, they are stealing one's own property. They're stealing your Krishna consciousness. They stop you. They prevent you from enjoying your Krishna consciousness. Right? They're running away, going into fashion gratification, the senses. 6 senses, like Prabhupada said, like 6 wife is pulling the man, 6 direction. What's going to happen to him? So, yeah, and then it will kill the animal either run away or can kill the hunter if you're not watchful. And the senses, they run away, yes. And Maya is very strong, can catch the senses very, very strongly. The fish, how they catch the fish? With a hook. What is in the hook? Some bait. But the fish is not seeing the bait. No, he's not seeing the hook. He's seeing the bait. And as soon as start eating, get caught. And due to ignorance, because the bait is so tasty, he forgets about the pain. He continues to enjoy. Ignorance is bliss. So this is what happened. Sukadeva Goswami is saying we cannot trust the senses. They'll run away. Or they can kill. It's the senses who kill us. Somebody smoking and get cancer and die. Who is the cause? The senses, because they could not control the senses. So this is why Krishna is telling to Arjuna, especially the mind, the 6th sense, which is very, very chanchalam, very, very difficult to control. And Krishna is saying, yes, it is possible by practice and vairagya. And what is that practice? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Śrīla Prabhupada ki, Nidai Gaur Premanande. I have time for question? or any comments? Anyone? Yes, Prabhu?
How to improve chanting? Give us some tips.
How to improve?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. How to improve chanting?
Yes.
Some tips. Your experience.
Yeah, chanting, there's three ways. First, we chant with offenses. As we continue chanting, then it becomes clearing stage. And then as we continue chanting is pure chanting. Prabhupada said the result of chanting is more chanting. Even if the mind is chanchal, don't worry, continue chanting. Chanting itself will improve. Right? That's why they asked Prabhupada, what is the goal of chanting? Prabhupada said the goal of chanting is more chanting. A devotee was expecting that we're going to get love of God here, you know. The Prabhupada is saying the goal of chanting is more chanting. And also, the best way, because morning time is what do you call? Brahma Muhurt, you know, goodness, passion, ignorance. Morning time, if you chant and it's a better meditation, and then the mind is less chanchal. I would say the best is to get up early morning and chant. Right? I was telling last time, Vibhishan was asking Ramachandra, you are going to fight, you're going to have a war with Ravana. How are you going to fight with him? He's got missiles. Missile called Rahu, Ravana, big missile. And how will you fight? He's asking Ram. And Ram said, I will be able to fight. I'll fight him. I'll defeat him. But my weapon is dharma, jnana, and sadhana. That's what he said. My weapon is my dharma, jnana, and sadhana. And who was defeated? Ravana. And although Ravana has powerful missiles, but physically, but they are external. But internal, spiritual weapon, they are more powerful. Enough. It's enough to defeat Maya. It is enough, this sadhana that Gurudev is giving. That is enough, if we do it properly. Right? So that is our sadhana. Getting up early in the morning, and get up early, yes, because daytime you won't be able to chant. There's so many things Maya is keeping for us to do, right? To go to school, colleges, tuition, family, and weddings, and shopping. No time. The best way, morning you don't have much activities, get up and chant. Meditation. And then slowly you'll see. If somebody is new, he can do okay, morning time, afternoon, in the night. But if somebody has been practicing for many years, he has to be able to improve it by doing it in the morning. Right? Like that, in one go. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the nice class. Maharaj, you mentioned how King Yayati, he renounced everything and left for the forest after being disgusted with the enjoyment. So Maharaj, I was reading Canto 5 yesterday, and in chapter 7, text 8, it mentioned that destiny had fixed the time for Bharat Maharaj's enjoyment with his material opulences at 1,000 times 10,000 years, and after that he retired from family life. So Maharaj, for us, does destiny fix our time for retiring to Vanaprastha, or is it our own endeavors, or is it Guru Maharaj's instructions?
Yeah, there is a saying in English, man is the architect of his own. You heard this? Man is the architect of his own destiny. We are making our destiny according to our past karma. What is written here? Yeah, you say, oh, God has written this. Yes, but according to our past karma. But that can be changed by doing bhakti. It goes away. Just like the Shastra says, like when you clap, there's birds here and they fly, fly away, like they also go. So this destiny is what we have done. That's what it is written like. We have to go through that. Right? I said Bhagavad Gita has 5 truths. What is this? Ishvara, Jiva, Kala, Prakriti and Karma. 4 are eternal, cannot be changed. But the 5th one, karma can be changed. Yes. Somebody said, if she said, please come to temple, Bhagwan ki icha. When God wants then. God wants already. He's saying, Sarva dharman paritaja, mamekam saran. Some people say, when God wants then, you know. But, yes, of course, it is also there, you know, when the demigods are fighting also with the demons, you know, sometimes the time is favorable for them, you know. When time is favorable, then they win. When time is unfavorable, then they'll get defeated. All right. But for devotees, it's always auspicious. Mangal arti, mangalam. Right? Anytime, if even leave the body, anybody leave the body. I mean, it is said, if one leave the body during light, then he goes back to God. If one is leaving his body during darkness, he'll go to hellish planet. But that doesn't apply for devotees. Right? Devotees can leave any time, because it's devotee. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any more question?
I had another question.
Another question. We have time, okay? Right.
So, Maharaj, I wanted to ask, do we only get pure devotional service after we take up to Vanaprastha and renounce our family life? I mean, we've heard that the best service we can do is serve our parents in their old age when they are in need. And we see our parents are doing that to our grandparents. So how is that possible when we're doing Vanaprastha?
There was a brahmachari in Chopati ISKCON. And he approached Jayadvaita Maharaj. But brahmachari was a little bit confused. He didn't know what to do. To stay in the ashram, because some brahmachari say, stay in the ashram, surrender. But also he's got his parent, to take care of the parent. You know? So then he asked Jayadvaita Maharaj, what should I do? I'm confused, don't know to go home or to stay here to serve the Lord. And Jayadvaita Maharaj said, don't forget, you also have your old parents that you have to take care. And who's the eldest parent? Radha Krishna. Right? Tameva mata chapita tameva tameva vandu jasaka tameva. They also are mother and father. They're elderly parents, right? They're oldest. Advaita machuta manadim ananta rupam adhyam purana. They are the oldest. Purusham. Purana Purush. Right? They're also grandparent. Who is going to take care of them? We have to take care of them also. I mean, doesn't mean that we should not take care of the parents. We should take care of the parents because they are the first guru. So it's a duty of the children to take care. But it is said if one has surrendered completely, sarana saranyam, gato mukunda, means if someone has completely surrendered, giving his life completely for Krishna, then he doesn't have any debts, right? So towards parents, towards ancestors, towards the king, towards the sadhus, Raja, Rishi Deva and Rishi also. No, he doesn't have, he's not indebted to all this, right? So, what was your main point of the question?
In Vanaprastha, how can we take care of them?
How can we?
How can we take care of our parents?
Vanaprastha. In Vanaprastha, no, means now you are, Vanaprastha means forest, right? Van. Vanaprastha. We have Vanaprastha in ISKCON? Yes. but they don't live in the forest. For ISKCON devotees, the forest is the temple. They travel, they stay in the house. Vanaprastha means now they have completely also renounced children, not staying with the children. Vanaprastha can be husband and wife, they can travel together. It's still Vanaprastha. But once sannyas, it should be separated from wife, right? So, and there is also Vanaprastha, those who are not married, the brahmachari, and they can also be Vanaprastha. And they start putting the orange dress, and then they'll take sannyas. So how can you take care of the family? It means by performing your devotional service, they will also get it. They'll get their blessing. If whatever you do, they will also receive the blessings. This is how the way you are helping them spiritually, not necessarily materially, physically, but also somebody has to be there to take care of them. Some family members have to be there daily, you know. But those who join the ashram, they can go and visit them. They're allowed to visit. Mahaprabhu also. We are not practicing dry sannyas life like the Mayavadis. Everything is Maya. Money is Maya. Parents is Maya. Everything is Maya. Mahaprabhu, why Mahaprabhu was staying in Jagannath Puri? Huh?
Because his mother asked.
His mother. And one time his mother came and cooked for him. You know? It's not like, oh, this is Maya. No. Because we are practicing what is our sannyas life is? Yukta. Yukta Vairagya. Anasrita. It says, na niragnir. Na niragnir. You know? A sannyasi is one who lights fire and perform work. Not chakriya. Na niragnir, not chakriya. Because Arjuna wanted to leave and go and renounce. And Krishna is saying, no, this is not renunciation. One who is renounced means one who give up the fruit of his action. He's a sannyasi. Not the one who perform no works and lights no fire. He's not sannyasi. So I asked my Guru Maharaj one, why is sannyasi lighting fire? Yes, sannyasi is doing yagya. He light fire. Sannyasi can cook for the Lord. He's lighting fire. And this Sankirtan also is like fire, right? A fiery kirtan. So they perform kirtan, that's also lighting fire. Arjuna was thinking sannyasi means perform no action, no work at all. Because he was thinking if I do action, I will get reaction. It's better I don't do any work. But then Krishna told him, there's no one in this world who can live without doing any action. Anybody? Even the ants, they're carrying sugar. Even you say, I'm sleeping, Maharaj, I'm not doing it. But you're doing the action of sleeping. Even a yogi is breathing. He says, I'm not doing anything, but he's doing the action of. Everybody has to do something. So that's our yukta vairagya, right? Not like, and what is the work of the sannyasi? They're also working. They're building temple. They're collecting for Prabhupada. They're distributing books. That's the work. You know? So our style of sannyasi is not like Mayavadi. It's called dry sannyasi. Sometimes you go to Vrindavan, you will see some sannyasis. They are sitting down and begging, you know. That is called karma sannyas. They renounce work. Karma sannyas. That is not allowed. You know. But our practice is yukta. We're using everything. Prabhupada said, if I go to someone and ask for money, Mayavadi would do like this. No, it's Maya. Prabhupada would extend one hand and then extend second hand. Get money for Krishna. That is sannyas. Right? And it's been crossing the world, the ocean also. So our ways of practicing is yukta vairagya, use everything in the service of the Lord, not the dry sannyas, karma sannyas. That's not our practice. So we be allowed, you know, to go and see the parents and give them Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Nidai Gaur Premanande. Thank you. Huh? Name is there. Your name?
Vrajaraj Das.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna